Shalom, Kol Halal, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushua, Bahashim, Kodash. Double honors to the elder apostles of GMS, including the elders that came before them that taught us His truth. Shalom and salutations to all the brothers out pushing the word in truth and in sincerity, the hopeful elect. All right, I'm the brother Yahshua. I'm back with what we call the WW3 Daily Update, the first of this week, okay? And we can clearly see that this thing is about to go hot, all right? So let's get Jeremiah 49 and 20, all right? And this is talking about the Amalekites, all right? Amalek, all right? Therefore, hear the counsel of the Lord that He hath taken against Edom. So the Most High is against the Edomites, and His purposes that He hath purposed against the inhabitants of Teman. Teman is a city in Edom. Surely the least of the flock of who? The Edomites shall draw them out. Who is the least of the flock of the Edomites? The Amalekites. Amalek. Surely he shall make their habitations desolate with them. All right, now from here we go to Revelation 2 and 10. Okay, who are these Amalekites? Well, who's over in our land right now? All right, 2 and 9. I know thy works. Who? Most High knows the works of Israel and thy and tribulation and poverty. All right, talk about the true Israelites. But thou art rich. Why are we rich? Because of the promises, the covenants. Okay, everything listed in Romans 9 from the top. Okay, and I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan. So somebody's lying about who they are. They're saying that they're Jews, but they're not. Okay? Because the real Jews are catching hell and they're in poverty. Okay? Now let's go to 3 and 9. Behold, look, watch, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan. Wait a minute, go back one. What did he call them right here? The synagogue of Satan. Who's the synagogue of Satan? Ones that are calling themselves Jews and are not. They are the synagogue of Satan. Back to 3 and 9. Behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, people that are, which say they are Jews and are not, but do lie. They're lying about who they are. Behold, I will make them to come and worship before thy feet and to know that I have loved thee. Loved who? Who does the Most High love? Okay, not the ones that are lying. He's talking about the children of Israel, the actual children of Israel, not who he hates. That makes perfect sense. Okay? So whoever's over there right now is lying about who they are. Now let's find out. Because if the Most High reinstalled you in his land, there ain't going to be no more fighting. There ain't going to be no more war. All right, so there's no need for the war that we're watching right now. All right, so now what do? Let's go down here to some of these war channels. Let's go to Deep Journal and see what we see. All right, what happened over the weekend? Okay, what has happened in the last 3 days? 2 days ago. 2 days ago. Okay, there's 3 days ago. All right. The least of the flock here, okay, is attacking people. Shouldn't be fighting. Okay, shouldn't be. There shouldn't be no World War III. All right. Well, let's get that real quick. I'd have to search for this. Let me see. Let me see. I'm gonna have to look for it. Okay, so let's see. All right, well, let's start there. This is 2 and 4. Let's start at 2 and 3. Isaiah 2 and let's start at the top. Okay, the word that Isaiah the son of Amoz saw concerning Judah and Jerusalem. Okay, the people that are calling themselves Jews, or the people, all right, the people that are the Most High's chosen. All right, and it shall come to pass in the last days, these are the last days, that the mountain of the Lord's house shall be established in the top of the mountains and shall be exalted above the hills, and all nations shall flow unto it. So, this is what the people that are there now are claiming has happened. Okay? That they were reinstalled, right, in the land in 1948. This is what they're claiming. They're using this to say that we are those people. All right, and it's in the scriptures. It shall come to pass in the last days that the mountain of the Lord's house shall be established in the top of the mountains and shall be exalted above the hills, and all nations shall flow unto it. This is talking about the kingdom of heaven. All right, when the Most High reinstalls his people back into his land. And they are claiming, somebody is over there right now claiming that this has already happened. Now, here's how we know that it hasn't happened, okay? And many people shall go and say, come ye, and let us go up to the mountain of the Lord, to the house of the power of Jacob, and he will teach us of his ways, and we will walk in his paths. For out of Zion, which is talking about Israel, shall go forth the law, talking about the law in the Bible, and the word of the Lord from Jerusalem. Pay attention. And he shall judge among the nations, and shall rebuke many people, and they shall beat their, this is the point right here, and they shall beat their swords into plowshares, and their spears into pruning hooks. They're going to take their weapons because we don't need them anymore. We're going to make them into gardening tools, right? So we can grow crops. Nation shall not lift up sword against nation when the people are reinstalled in the land. Neither shall they learn war anymore. Who the hell is this? Who is this? Who is this? Israel's preemptive attack on Lebanon. That can't be the people. That's going against the scripture. There ain't supposed to be no more war. But right here, we have somebody claiming to be the Jews bombing the shit out of people. Okay? Right here, Israel under attack by Hezbollah. What? What's going on? Well, that can't be the people. It hasn't happened. God hasn't installed his people there yet. We already proved that people are saying that they're Jews and they're not, and they're lying. Okay? Yes, this is the World War III Daily Update. Okay? Filtered through the scriptures. All right, this is Deep Journalist, the sister channel to Deep Journal. And what do we have? Is this the same thing? The Deep Journalist, okay. Breaking. This is 4 days ago. Is this the people right here? They're supposed to be learning war no more. But here we are. Learning war no more hasn't happened yet. It doesn't say after this last war, when the people are installed, all the wars are over before they get installed back into the land. Breaking news 4 days ago. Iranian missiles hit Israel from Lebanon. Israel begins to attack Lebanon. What's going on? Okay. This is a week ago. Breaking. Israel's secret attack on what? What? What's going on? All right, now we're going to go to Secret File 666. What have we here? All right. Hey. 6 hours ago. "21 hours ago, artillery and airstrikes from Israel on Hezbollah and Hamas." Sounds like fighting and war going on over there. Israel attacks Hamas site in Gaza. Breaking. Israel strikes Iran with its own method of 1 day ago. All right. 1 day. Hezbollah, Israel trade fire in dangerous Mideast escalation. 2 days. Israel strikes Lebanon after rocket attack by Hezbollah. 3 days. Breaking. Israel attacks Iranian bases. What's going on? All right? Fighting is going on. Wait a minute. Let's go back and check that again. All right? Right here it says, "It shall come to pass in the last days," right? Well, we're in the last days now. And what they're saying is this has already taken place. All right? It says, "It shall come to pass that the mountain of the Lord's house." What is the mountain of the Lord's house? Israel. "Shall be established in the top of the mountains." Okay, what does that mean? The mountains deal with governments. Okay, so it's saying the government of Israel, right, will be reestablished and the people will be exalted in those days. And you might say that that's going on now. Everybody's looking to Israel, right? But is that the people? We established back here in Revelation that somebody's lying. Okay? Somebody's lying right here. "Behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, which say they are Jews and are not, but do lie. Behold, I will make them to come and to worship before thy feet, and to know that I have. So somebody's lying. We've established that. But back here, all right, the mountain of the Lord. There ain't supposed to be no more. Right? And he shall judge among the nations and shall rebuke many people. And they shall beat their swords into plowshare. They're not fighting anymore. When the people get reestablished, there won't be any more fighting. Okay? And their spears into pruning hooks. The nation shall not lift up sword against nation. That's what's going on right now. Neither shall they learn war anymore. Now, wait a minute. Okay? What's going on? Here's how you know that they haven't been reestablished in the land yet. Because this hasn't happened yet. All right? Revelation 11. Okay? The POWs, right, have not been rescued yet. Right? First, they have to wake up to who they are. Right? First, the Israelites got to wake up to who they are because they didn't know that they were Israelites. And here's the proof. Okay? Them that say they are Jews and are not, but do lie. Well, you got some people that, oh, my dad was a Jew, his dad was a Jew, and we're all Jews, and we're Jews going all the way back. Well, the scripture said that the Most High is going to take their heritage away so that they won't even know that they're Jews. And we established that with the enemies of the Most High. After 3 days and a half, the spirit of life from God entered into them. Who is that talking about? The real Israelites. They didn't know who that they were. They were dead. Okay? Right here. And their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city, talking about America, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt. Okay? They didn't even know. They're dead to the truth about who they actually are. Their dead bodies shall lie in the... I didn't know. I thought I was African American. I didn't know I was a Israelite from the tribe of Judah, a Jew. That had to be told to me later on because of all the lies. Right? And right here is when we wake up. And after 3 days and a half, the spirit of life, here we were dead, didn't know who, I thought I was African American. Here, the spirit of life from God entered into them. Oh, the truth. The Holy Spirit brought us the truth. And they stood upon their feet. Hey, we're teaching this word. And great fear fell upon them which saw them. Uh-oh, these niggas are waking up. And they, who's they? The Israelites that woke up to their true nationality, Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, heard a great voice from heaven. This hasn't happened yet. Saying unto them, come up hither. And they ascended up to heaven in a cloud. And their enemies, all right, the ones that say they are Jews and are not, but do lie, the ones that stole our identity, all right, watched this go on. Okay, what happened? They ascended up to heaven in a cloud, meaning those POWs were airlifted out of their slavery, in the land of their slavery, okay? Which is what this means. Their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city, that's America, which spiritually is known as Sodom and Egypt. This word Egypt goes back to slavery, bondage. You understand? Who were the slaves in ancient Egypt? The children of Israel. Who were the slaves right here in America? The children of Israel. Egypt represents bondage or slavery, proving who these people are. Okay? All right? and they heard a great voice saying, okay, and their enemies beheld them. And the same hour, all right, this is the end of the war right here. The end of the war that we're watching. In the same hour was there a great earthquake, and the 10th part of the city, what city? The great city. Where is it? Their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city. It's talking about America. The 10th part of the city fell, meaning all 10 FEMA regions. And in the earthquake were slain of men 7,000. That means everybody, 7 means completion. Everybody died when those missiles hit. Okay? And the remnant, who's the remnant? The POWs that ascended up to heaven in a cloud. Okay? After that, will they be reinstalled in the land? This hasn't happened yet. The nuclear annihilation, the mutually assured destruction hasn't happened yet. So who are those people over there claiming to be us, okay, and waging war? Okay? Where's this at? Israel. Where's this guy at? What's his name? Slock, bear with me for a moment. I'm going to track this guy down. Not the epic. It is this guy, Steckelbeck. What does Steckelbeck say? Okay, let's go to his videos. What does this say? Israel, 3 days ago, Israel ready to strike Iran. Defense minister confirms. Okay? What the hell is that? All right? Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. All right? Rockets launched at Israel as tensions with Iran reach a boiling point. Israel vows response to Iron Dome, Iran drone attack. Israel warns Iran over attack. This is the least of the flock drawing them out. Okay, we don't even have to pop in and see what the hell is going on. What is this? What is Steckelneck saying?
Today in the newscast, a big day for the Iranian regime and a bad day for the world as Ibrahim Raisi is sworn in as Iran's new president. Plus, Israel carries out airstrikes in southern Lebanon. Get all the breaking details next.
What's going on? There shouldn't be no war because Israel is installed back in their land.
Hey folks, Eric Stackelbeck here. Welcome to the Watchman newscast and
That's not Israel. That's the synagogue of Satan acting with a stolen identity. Okay?
To New York City, we are at TBN's New York City studio today filming a 1-hour special on the rise of China. Folks, what an important topic. You won't want to miss it. September 13th.
The rise of China. This is all about World War III. The Moabites are not going to run the next kingdom on the earth. The next kingdom on the earth is the kingdom of heaven, in which the Israelite named Yahushua, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus, right, is going to rule. And King David, who is an Israelite from the tribe of Judah as well, okay, a so-called black man, they're going to be in rulership.
on TBN. We'll have more details about this special on the rise of China coming up in the weeks to come. But today, we are focusing on the Middle East. And of course, as always,
The Middle East in the Bible is known as the Valley of Yehoshaphat or Jehoshaphat.
there is a lot to talk about when it comes to the world's most chaotic and pivotal region. Let's head first.
Wait a minute. If God installed the Jews back in their land, there ain't no more war. There ain't no pivotal Middle East and all of that. All right, that's the kingdom of heaven at that point. All right.
To Iran, where today, Thursday, August 5th, we have seen the inauguration of Iran's radical new president, Ibrahim Raisi. Now, we've been telling you a lot about Raisi over the past few weeks here on the newscast since he was elected, quote unquote, in elections that were anything but free and fair inside Iran. Raisi was the hand-picked choice of Iran's supreme leader, Ayatollah Khamenei. He is seen as a potential successor to Khamenei, and some of the nicknames he's earned over the years give you an idea of what Raisi is all about. He's been called the Butcher.
Okay, so here we go. Here's the propaganda. All right. Let's get Joel out real quick. And this is the weak saying that they're strong. Okay. Beat your plowshares. Here's where we are right now, instead of the opposite. Beat your plowshares into swords, a weapon. Beat your pruning hook. Get your gardening tool and turn them into weapons. This is where we are right now. Let the weak say I am strong. So we're not in Isaiah 2. Okay? Let the weak, who's the weak? Iran. Say I am strong. Hey, we going heads up. All right? We're not here. Okay, this is the opposite of this. Okay? Isaiah 2 and 4. And they shall beat their swords into plowshares. This is the opposite. Okay? And their spears into pruning hooks. Nation shall not lift up sword against nation. This is after the people have been reinstalled. Okay, so it hasn't happened yet. The war is still going on. There's still warring going on. And the true children of Israel are still in captivity. All right, getting shot in the back, still in the fields, in the vegetable. Who's picking vegetables right now? Who's picking fruit right now? The slaves are, for no money, made no account of his labors. All right. Nation shall not lift up sword against nation. Well, that's going on right now, so those can't be the people. Neither shall they learn war anymore. You understand? So this hasn't happened yet. All right, they're saying that it happened because the people are in the land. Well, we've proven through the scriptures those aren't the people. And World War III still got to go down. Right? It ain't here yet. They haven't declared war yet. What's this? Revelation 11 and 14. The second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly. Well, it's not past yet. There's not supposed to be fight. When the children of Israel are reinstalled into the land by the Most High, there ain't going to be no more fighting. All right? Here's the kingdom of heaven. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land. Are you saying that that's taken place already? It hasn't. They haven't set them in their own land. And the stranger shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Israel, all Israelites. And the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids, and they shall take them captives whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors. When you look at this really close, you understand who is being spoken about, who is who, when you read this. All right? Who took us captives? We're going to take them captives who took us captive. We're going to rule over our oppressor. Who's oppressing us right now? This breaks it all the way down. And it shall come to pass that in the day the Lord shall give thee rest from thy fear and from thy hard bondage wherein thou wast made to serve. You understand? It's going to be peaceful in that day. Ain't going to be no more fighting. Okay? When this happens. And set them in their own land, they're trying to say that this already happened. But then, what's this? All right? So it ain't went down yet. You're lying. That's not you over there. You warmongers are who are drawing out the Carmanians. These guys don't have a look. Israel ready to strike our. They don't have a choice. They got to fight that. Hamas don't have a choice. Hezbollah, Gaza, the Philistines, the Palestinians, they don't have a choice. They got to throw rocks. Why? Because the Amalekites, okay, are starting all kind of shit. All right, so that's what it is. That's the World War III daily update for today. I hope that the elect were edified. I know people are going to be mad. Instead of thumbs and down, why don't you express your rebuttal in the comments, and we can go line upon line and precept upon precept and see who wins. All right. So with that, we're going to say shalom.